Happy October, everybody, and welcome. Today is the first day of October. We're getting to our first week of fall, actually, our second week of fall. And it is, if anything, you've started your new season. If you have children, you're going back to school, school-age children, or if you're returning to work, or whatever the case might be. If you're a person who likes to plan ahead and you're already thinking about the holidays, which is next month, which is already 8 weeks away, it seems surreal. I'm like, oh my, it's already getting ready to be Thanksgiving already. um, it could be a lot to take on, or if you however you handle life or every day, or if you have stress. I welcome you today. I'm sharing with you today as I come off my mindfulness training, the 8-week training that I mentioned to you last month, I believe, or I think I put it out in the end of August or mid-August, to talk about the mindfulness based stress reduction training that I was sharing with you, and I am participating in it. And I just want to come and give you a mid session or mid training update. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Danny. And on this channel, Natural Ally D, I like to talk about things that help our overall quality of life and well-being. Okay. So to start off, as many of you know, and if I introduced in my videos, I am a social worker and aromatherapist. And as a social worker, if you don't know, there are many different types. You can work with families, you can work with individuals, you can work in a gamut of environments, but stress can be a part of your everyday. And how you handle that stress is, individual to anybody, not just in social work, but just in any field, right? And so when this mindfulness opportunity came up, which I'll share with you in a moment, it was just right timing. There's an expression that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I wanted to share with you what I've been learning in mindfulness, and hopefully to share with you something that you can put in your toolbox for yourself as a radical self-care, as one of my wonderful YouTube sisters talk about, Colette Elizabeth, talk about radical self-care. And this was my radical self-care for myself, and I didn't realize how much I needed it into it. Okay. And so this morning I had my training. It was from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it is by Zoom, and it's free. And I'll share a little bit with you about it right here. Let's see. Here we go. I'll share my screen. So here you go. So it's mindfulness-based stress reduction training. And I want to share with you, they have a new training coming up in the winter time. They've already started the fall session, but the instructor, who is Ali Turfy, he does have drop-in classes during the week at 5 a.m. To 5:30 a.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. So if that's something you're interested in, I would definitely recommend. There is no cost for the training, as you can see right here. You can get continuing education credits for those who are social worker or school social workers, or whom else? So if you're a social worker, and I don't believe it necessarily has to be in Michigan, if your state recognizes continuing education credits from another state, you get credit for that. And also, if your American Speech Language Hearing Association is also giving continuing education credits, as well as the Clinton County Regional Educational Agency. So if that's something that is pertinent to you, or if you know somebody, but as I mentioned, it is an 8-week course. There is a orientation that you must attend, and they do have 2 dates for orientation coming up. I'm sharing with you well in advance. This is October 1st. This orientation you can attend either January 7th or January 15th. And following that is an 8-week course that you can either choose to meet on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday. Which I love is that if you choose Friday and you miss it, you can catch up on a Saturday. If you choose Saturday and you miss it, you can catch up on a Sunday. Um, and they do have all day sessions that they're going to incorporate into the training. I haven't attended that yet, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you have any questions and would like to sign up for it, you would contact the instructor, who is Ali Turfy. And his email address is here, is Ali, ALITURFE 429 @gmail.com. And I'll leave that information in the description as well. But it is, like it describes down here, it's an intensive training in mindfulness, meditation, and movement practices. And it's taught again by Ali Turfy. He's a school psychologist and certified MBSR teacher from Brown University Mindfulness Center. So if you're interested in that, definitely reach out to him. When you send him an email letting him know that you're interested, he'll send you information back on how to sign up and register, and give you information if you're interested in the continuing education. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. But I wanted to get back with you and share with you what an experience it has been. And today, when I had the training, I really had a what I call a breakthrough. Okay. So, I try to set the mood for the training. When I start, I have my essential oil in my diffuser, like orange. And if you haven't seen my last video where I'm talking about orange essential oil, I encourage you to check that out so you can find ways to use orange essential oil to work with stress in any form, shape, or fashion, at home or on the go. So when I start my mindfulness training, I like to have essential oils going. As you can probably see, I think I have a picture here about, or I have that going. Also have a salt lamp going. I'm into that. Another modality I like to use, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But to share with you what was going on with me. So we went through the mindfulness training. We go through the practices that he had for the week, and we had a breakout session. And you're in a breakout room. If you know anything about Zoom, sometimes you can get into breakout rooms, right? And I was in the breakout room with two wonderful ladies, and I do my usual greeting, happy Saturday, good morning, whatever it is. And I just sat there and I was just in the moment, reflecting on the session that we just had. And we got into breakout rooms so we can share our experiences and what was coming up for us emotionally during the meditations and the practices that we were going through prior to getting into the breakout rooms. And for whatever reason, whatever was coming up emotionally, whatever was on my heart, I just started to bawl. Tears just running down my face, and I just didn't say anything. And I blessed the ladies that were in the room with me. We said our greetings and we all were just quiet. We didn't offer any comfort. We didn't offer any sort of, our presence was more than enough. Our being was more than enough. We didn't have to fix anybody. Nobody was trying to fix me. Nobody was trying to console me, but they were consoling in the fact that they were just there in the moment, in the presence, just allowing me to reflect and whatever was going on with me. And just, like I said, tears are running down my face like a river. And I was just in a daze and looking off, over to the side. It was just running. At one point, I wanted to wipe my eyes, and I said, forget it. I'm not trying to be anything else but what is going on with me right now. And obviously, it's something I needed to release. Like I said, many roles that I wear, hats I wear in my life outside of being a social worker. And you're in family, a wife, a sister, an aunt, or whatever your role is. Sometimes you just have those moments where you're like, ooh, woosah. You might not even realize that you even need a release moment, particularly if you're on the go or and don't make time to just sit and be. Sit still and be quiet, right? Sit still and take time for yourself. Take time to love on yourself. And loving on yourself can take many different forms, right? It could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could just be sitting quiet, it could be talking to a loved one, whatever that gives you joy. It could be something that you do by yourself or do with someone else if you choose to. But just taking time to make sure that you're loving on yourself, because you're worthy, right? You are worthy to take time for yourself. And one of the things that later on in the training, mindfulness training earlier today, is that I shared with the group that, you know, taking time for yourself and loving on yourself, I have to learn, I give myself grace. Give myself grace for when I'm not being the best of myself to myself, right? So I was sharing with the group, I had a reflection this week or this past week, and I think I had it prior to then, but I'm just saying, most recently last week, I was thinking to myself that I need to I'm grateful all the time for big things, small things, everything in between, outside of me, but also I need to be grateful for me just being me. I am enough. I don't need to be anything else but me. Right? And just appreciating myself. And that, for me, that looked like appreciating my temple, right? I'd say, when was the last time I thanked my feet for being able to walk? When was the last time I thanked my legs for carrying me all these many years and places that I wanted to go? You know, when was the last time I thanked my arms or my hands for being able to use them for something as simple as picking up a cup? When was the last time I thanked all of my faculties for being able to hear, to see, to think, to feel, to express myself? I don't take those things for granted, just being graceful with myself, thanking my temple for showing up, and part of it is my self-care and taking care of myself, but just being thankful for what is and the present moment. So I was so full earlier today during my training that, I just had a chance to release, and I'm grateful. I am truly grateful. Grateful for the opportunity to participate in the training, grateful for the instructor, grateful for the participants. So I wanted to get on here and share with you how is it going, my midway through the sessions, and encourage you to check into mindfulness for yourself. Again, the training is free. You can do drop-ins. You can prepare to do the 8-week course session coming up in the winter 2023. If you're watching this in the future, I encourage you to check him out. Contact Ali Turfy in the future with the email address and see what training is coming up, because he may still continue to have the drop-in courses and or spring and summer. So I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully this will be a benefit to you or someone you know. And I thank you for joining along with me in the journey. Is there anything you would like to know more about my experience doing the mindfulness training? Leave it in the comments. If you've taken mindfulness training, please share that in the comments as well. If there's anything that you want to learn about essential oils, or if you're interested perhaps having a Zoom class about essential oils, maybe something a little bit more intimate. Maybe you want a one-on-one training for something you want to maybe partake into, like an essential oil, and want more information, more detailed one-on-one information about essential oils, maybe how to make body butters or how to make soap, or I can share with you my experience with that as well, and or anything related to, essential oils. I'll be more than willing to share if you would like to. So you can reach out to me. My information is in the description section. And I hope you're having a wonderful day whenever you're watching this. And again, I encourage you, if you haven't already done so, another tool for your toolbox for social workers and all professionals, anybody alike, anybody going through any sort of stress and wanting some tools in your toolbox to help you for your everyday, or to help someone you know, or help someone that you love, right? And hopefully this information is helpful for you. And until next time, have a great day. God bless you, and I love you. And thank you for watching. Bye bye now.